I was hanging out with some friends who are currently in high school, and one of them that I didn't know all that well asks me the following question. Hey, are you on TikTok by any chance? Of course, I respond. Why do you ask? Well, because one of your videos popped up on my For You page. They're really cool. I swear to God, that's what he said. Long story short, I was ecstatic. Finally, in one way or another, in the most minuscule way possible, I got recognized. But then, another lesser-known friend asks me, what are your videos about? Now, I didn't really feel comfortable with replying whatever the fuck pops up in my head. So I answered, AI, philosophy, and politics. Whose politics? To this question, I lean slightly forward, getting extremely close to his ear, and shout, the United States of America! Now, in case you weren't somehow aware, you probably don't know this, but whatever, Romania, my home country, the country I was born in and currently live in, is having its elections tomorrow, the 4th of May. This piece of shit conservative, right-wing piece of trash is the front runner prediction. I have no idea what it's called. I need to get more into politics. But one of his party's main promises is to make the only type of marriage that is allowed the one between men and women, which is already the case in Romania. And in my opinion, as someone who has been deeply influenced by Spanish culture, one of the main reasons it's considered a bigot-filled shithole. And it kind of is. Just look at this image. You know what the text on the poster these guys are holding up translates into? The traditional family is in danger, come protect it. You can literally see the pride flag, the rainbow flag, shooting a family. What the fuck? If you wholeheartedly believe that the traditional family is the only logical way, the objectively superior way of running a household, wholeheartedly, sincerely, go fuck yourself. And holy shit, you actually made your children hold up a sign with the same message. And of course, both pictures I'm showing you mention God in one way or another. Because a good, virtuous God would surely support this type of discrimination in service of his ideological needs. Thing is, he doesn't exist in the first place, you fucking homophobes. But even with this massive social rights threat potentially annihilating the one iota of rights that LGBTQ people have in my country, I still somehow care more about whatever the orange motherfucker does. Yesterday, I went to train calisthenics in the Cismigiu Garden here in Bucharest. And you know what I saw? A gay couple hiding under a tree making out and constantly looking around left, right, to make sure nobody was aware of them, that nobody noticed them. Imagine if people like you and me had to do the exact same thing. Hide under the thickest layer of vegetation in a fucking garden to show the most basic form of affection to your significant other. And still, I'm somehow more interested in what color of suit this guy wears to the Pope's funeral, if his wife's skirt is too high and if somehow that indicates a lack of respect, if their clothing somehow indicates a psychological idea, an ideological idea that the United States are superior. How the fuck did we get here? There is only one president who is ubiquitously known in all of the world. 5-year-olds learn who Trump is before they learn basic multiplication. And the thing is, we know how we got here. USA control world, world notice. There is no more primitive way of describing the situation. There is absolutely no need for me to give you a history lesson and explain to you how the United States of America came to hijack world politics. Oh, its great principles of democracy, its great ideological principles, its great global trade. You already know this shit. You're indoctrinated. You basically got the history of American economics, a 1,000-page book, handed to you 2 milliseconds after you were ripped out of the womb. It hijacked global politics because whenever it pukes, everybody is forced to clean up after it. No shit. The question is, what the fuck are we gonna do about it? Because every 40 days, we lose a language, a single language. That adds up to about 9 languages a year. Because currently, there are about 7,159 languages on Earth. If we do the math, that means that in about 795 years, all of them will be extinct. Now, sounds stupid, but stick with me. Of course, we won't lose all languages if we're still the dominant species. We'll still have at least one language. But we can't just assume that the tiny languages spoken by like 10 people worldwide will die and go extinct and whatever, and it will all stop there. Because how did those languages get so small in the first place? There were other, larger, more useful languages. So naturally, the people who spoke those languages flourished, and the people who spoke the smaller languages didn't. And their languages died with them. There is no logical reason for this cycle to not continue until there is one single language left. Do you see where I'm going with this? If the United States of America keeps growing in size and influence, which is in dispute of whether or not it will, but regardless, that one remaining language will most likely be English. The French speakers can't just go, well, my language is so big it will never die, and merci, it is growing so fast in Africa. The Spanish can't just go, see, my language has so many speakers in South America. Because just look at what is above South America. There is only one global language by definition, and if we keep valuing it more than our native languages, whether it be French, Spanish, Romanian, Portuguese, German, I don't know, Arabic, Chinese, Cantonese, whatever, the future is inscribed in that decision. The speakers of the languages that are dying right now also thought at some point, our language is growing so fast, it has so many speakers, it's competing with all of the languages in the area. And guess what? Another language that was more spoken, and more importantly, more spoken about, arrived. And this applies to so many other things that aren't language, but so much of culture dies with it. So what the hell do we do? Do we start learning about Ghana and learn Farsi to better understand Iran? No, of course not. Nobody has time to do that. Nobody actually wants to do that. But the least we can do is try to preserve our own culture. Because yes, learning English and getting deeply affiliated with the United States of America is the most pragmatic thing you could possibly do. I'm doing it right now. There is a reason why I didn't start this YouTube channel speaking in Romanian or Spanish or French. Because, why? Why? Because it's better. There is more, the market is larger for English speakers. It's better for me. It's better for my brand. But, if you don't value your own language, would you be willing to continue doing that? Focusing only on the great imperial force that is the United States in today's world, whilst fully knowing that in the future, when your cultural background eventually dies, it would be partly your fault that it did because you supported a larger force. I'll leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm getting slightly more into politics, and yeah, wish us best of luck in Romania, because we do not want to become a right-wing nation. At least I don't want that. And yeah, just ask yourself the question, will your country survive American politics?
Maybe.